Welcome back to 3A State Championship Softball. This is the semifinal one-loss game. We have the Carbon Dinos as the designated home team. They are the number 4 seed, and the Manti Templars a 12 seed. And we are just underway with Madison Scottern. She will start off the Templars. That's on the left side, play shortstop. I'm Lachelle Moss here with Jordan Hilton, running our TriCaster, and it's been a great day of softball so far. The Dinos fell earlier to Grantsville, so they had to come back and play Providence Hall, defeated them, and then make it to this game. Manti lost yesterday to Carbon, so this is their second time seeing them, and they were able to defeat Canyon View in a 7-5 game to make it to today's game. So Scottern will start off with a walk. And that will bring up number 3, Elsie Olson.
Playing second base, number 3, Elsie Olson.
And here's the pitch. This is Haven Byerly. There's the bunt sign. And she went. No bunts, but strike one. Out in the field for the Dinos. There's a bunt sign by Olson. She did go this time, so strike two. In the field for the Dinos at pitcher is Haven Byerly. Behind the plate, Gabby Vasquez. At first, Reese Ardohane. Second, Michaela Scoville. Third, Kylan Sorensen. And at short is Brielle Sandoval. And there's a hit by Olson, and they were able to get the lead runner. So a 6-4 out, and then a fielder's choice for Olson. Olson is followed by Olivia Osborne. And out in the outfield for the Dinos is Jenna Richens in left. Center Adri Abeda, and Taylor Sear out in right. And that's a strike pitch by Byerly. Byerly is a senior. Seen her pitch for the last few years. Great pitcher for the Carbon Dinos. And they're going to get a different pitch call sign thing, whatever it's called, for Byerly. And Osborne will step back in as Byerly takes the pitch call. And there's a ball, so 1-1 the count. Region 12 for the Dinos, Region 14 for the Templars. And we have 3 other great games going on. That ball's going to get away from Vasquez as Olson Speedy makes it down to second. We have Enterprise and Duchesne. That is in the championship side of the bracket, as well as Heroin and San Juan in the one-loss game. And then we have Grantsville and North San Pete in the championship side semifinal. And there's a swing and a miss for Osborne. Strike two. And then we have and it looks like they're going to make sure that Byerly is not doing an illegal pitch, has her foot on the mound when she takes off. So 2-2 the count. 1 out. Byerly's pitch swung on by Osborne. Oh, they are going to call an illegal pitch. So 3-2. It's very frustrating as a pitcher, so Byerly just needs to calm down and throw her game. So full count. That one outside, so there's another walk for Osborne. 2 walks, 2 runners on. That brings up Haley Daniels. Daniels, the pitcher for the Templars. That one's strike 1. Oh, and they're going to call another illegal pitch. And we'll see what they're saying. She's stepping outside. I am not sure on that pitching rule for high school. Usually in college they have some lines drawn, so they have to stay within those lines, but nevertheless, that's a ball. Not sure on the count, so we'll have to get that. Daniels is going to step out. Here's the pitch from Byerly. And there's a ball, and that will advance the runners. Both runners now into scoring position. As you can tell, the frustration by Byerly as she has been called for illegal pitches. That one gets her to swing. Another illegal pitch, though. I think they're saying she may be stepping outside the circle when she pitches. So the umpire trying to explain to Byerly what she's doing. So hopefully we'll get a clarification on the pitch count. 3-0, 3-0 the count to Daniels. Ball 4. So 3 balls, 3 walks in the inning. We're going to take a short break as the umpire explains to Byerly.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments.
Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care, closer to home.
This is how legends
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, get a $4,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
Welcome back to state championship softball. And it looks like there will be a speed up courtesy runner for the pitcher, Haley Daniels. Number 15, Hannah Daniels. So we're just trying to get everything situated here as number 32, Robbie Johnson, will step up to the plate. This is the fifth batter of the inning. One out, bases loaded. There's another illegal pitch. So ball. And you can see just the frustration on Byerly's face as she's just not sure what she's doing wrong. So here's the first base umpire. He's going to come and try to explain to her what she's doing wrong. You can just see the frustration on Byerly's face. We have a pitching expert up here. We'll get some clarifications maybe after this next inning on what the rule is. As Byerly very frustrated again. We'll take a short break again as they're trying to still figure out what's going on.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Drs. Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, Rhett Smith, and nurse practitioners Wade Hollingshead, Lindsay Cheney, Robin Horton, and Joan Yardley. The Beaver Medical Clinic is a family practice offering affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
3A State Championship Softball
Honey's Mark
on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom in partnership with KSL Sports. It is 1-0 the count. And that's a high pitch, and here comes the runner. She will score easily, and Manti takes a 1-0 lead, and the frustration on Byerly is evident as she's just trying to get a pitch called that's not an illegal pitch, and that one just got away from her. So Elsie Olsen will score for Manti. 2-0 the count for Johnson, and all runners will advance on that pitch. That one looks good. It's good. Strike one. So Byerly steps on the mound to Johnson. That's a swing and a miss. Oh, and they're going to call another illegal pitch. So 3-1 the count. And Johnson will call time as she steps out the box. Here's the pitch. That one high, ball four, bases loaded once again. So 4 walks. And Carbon's going to call time. We'll take a short break and be back.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. Bookmark TeamHive.live, Utah's new home for streaming high school sports and other events. Powered by Centricom Local 10.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom, it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
Welcome back to 3A State Championship Softball. And we had a pitching change as Kylan Sorensen will come in to relieve Byerly as she just was getting very frustrated with the illegal pitches. So they just switched her up, and that's a strike 1 to Alder, Cecily Alder. Bases loaded. That one high ball one, that's going to get past the catcher, and that will be a score for the Manti Templars as Olivia Osborne comes in. So 2-0, the Templars. 1-1 the count, 1 out. And here's the pitch. That is ball 2. And here's the pitch from Sorensen. That one's swing and miss. Strike 2. Great pitch by Sorensen. And great hit by Alder. She's going to score 1. Here comes the second run, and that will score as well. So bases, great hit, a base hit by Alder scores 2, and Manti is ahead 4-0. That will bring up Andolyn Anderson, the first baseman, and that's called strike 1. And there's ball 2. Sorensen takes a pitch call. Runner on first. That one inside. 1-1 the count. 3-1. 1 out. There's a called strike 2. Full count. Byerly is their main pitcher. And it looks like Scoville can pitch, and then obviously Sorensen. And there's ball 4. So Anderson will take the walk down to first. That brings up number 24, Ashley Johnson, the right fielder. Called strike 1. Great pitch by Sorensen. Runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch. Strike 2. Great pitch by Sorensen. She's come back hard at this batter. And there's the strikeout by Sorensen for out number 2. Carbon Dinos needed that one. That will bring up Maura Thompson, the center fielder. Sorry, that's Mara. That one just missed on the outside. Ball 1. Here's the pitch. That one gets away from Vasquez, so runners will advance. Two all to count, 2 outs. Runners on second and third for Manti with Thompson at the plate. Thompson swinging a miss. Strike 1. Carbon has never won a state championship in softball. Manti's last state champion came last year, and there's a foul ball by Thompson. Count is 2-2. Sorensen takes the call from the dugout. That one swung on by Thompson. Dead ball. And they're going to call a dead ball, so she'll come back. Two to the count. That one, ball 3, so full count for Sorensen. That one hit up the middle. That's going to score 1. Here comes the second run, and Shea will stand up as Manti adds onto their lead. It is now 6-0 as Manti has rallied on 2 outs. And a big hit by Mara Thompson as she just slices that one right up the middle. That brings up number 27, Madison Scottern. And that is a strike 1. Scottern grounded out to she was walked her first at bat and then fielder's choice at second. Swung on high, pop up. Can the catcher get it? She can. So that will end the inning for the Carbon Dinos as they're going to have to go to work on the bats. We'll be back with bottom of first.
San Pete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. San Pete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. San Pete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com. Beaver Valley Hospital continues to offer high-quality health care at the state's lowest price. Beaver Valley Hospital has state-of-the-art laboratory and radiology services, including cutting-edge X-ray and 3D ultrasound. The hospital also provides expanded surgical procedures for orthopedics and laparoscopic hysterectomy. Remodeled patient rooms and long-term care facilities combine with compassionate staff to provide our patients a comfortable and healing environment. Beaver Valley Hospital is a proud community supporter and is pleased to sponsor Beaver High School.
Welcome back to 3A State Softball here on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom in partnership with KSL Sports, and that will bring us to the top of the Dinos batting order with Michaela Scoville batting almost 500 coming into this tournament. We'll see what they can do on the bats as they've got some work to make up as Manti put 6 runs up. Here's the first pitch, that one swung on. Daniels fields it for the first out, and that is a 1-3 ground out to start off the game for the Templars. And that will bring up the left fielder, Jenna Richards, sorry about that. Here's the pitch by Daniels, that one high, ball 1. And there's strike 2, and interestingly enough, yesterday, Carbon defeated Manti 7-1 in their first meeting, and already Manti has 5 more runs and they scored the entire game in just the first inning. So there's a ball 2, 2-1 the count to Richards. And there's a strike 2 as Daniels gets her on the rise ball. Here's the pitch. That one a little bit of an off-speed one. That's a little high. Full count to Richards. That one swung on foul hard down that left field line. In the first inning, if you weren't watching, as Havern Byerly just really struggled with the illegal pitches, and Haley Daniels going to sit down Richards for the second out of the inning. I think she had to have had 8 or 9 illegal pitches, and so they ended up switching her just out of frustration. Byerly just very frustrated. That brings up Gabby Vasquez, the catcher. And Vasquez hitting almost 500 coming in on the season with 30 RBIs, so a big hitter for the Dinos. That one just missed, so ball 1, ball 2. Here's the pitch. That one swung on, fouled off. Strike 1. Here's Daniel's pitch. That one swung on Vasquez right to the third baseman. She fields it cleanly, and that is the 1, 2, 3 outs for the Manti Templars. We'll be back with the top of the second.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
Welcome back to 3A State Softball. You're watching it on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom in partnership with KSL Sports. And we want to thank our sponsors for bringing you this broadcast: Rocky Mountain Chevy Dealers, Utah Community Credit Union, Intermountain Power Service Corporation, Central Valley Medical Center in Nephi, Sunrise Engineering, San Pete Steel and Moroni, Beaver Valley Hospital, Nephi Federal Credit Union, Beaver Medical Clinic, Barney Trucking, Honey's Marketplace in Kanab, and Jones and DeMille Engineering. Without them, you would not be able to watch this, so please thank them. Here's the pitch to Olson, and that's called strike one. Here's the pitch from Sorensen, strike two, fouled that one off. Sorensen's done a good job as she came in for Byerly after just a few batters. Here's the pitch from Sorensen, that one, strike, and then drop third strike. Can she beat it out? She does not, so strikeout and out number one for the Dinos. That will bring up Olivia Osborne.
Third base number 21, Olivia Osborne.
Osborne, the third baseman. She was walked her first at bat. That one swung on hard, fouled off, strike one. With Sorensen, she's throwing pitches that Manti can hit. So her defense has definitely got to be on their toes and ready for the ball. That one swung on, strike two. Here's the pitch from Sorensen. That one hit at the third baseman. A little bit of a bobble, and Osborne will get on first on the error. And that will bring up Haley Daniels. She was walked as well, her first at bat.
Pitching number 11, Haley Daniels.
So pitcher against pitcher. And Osborne will steal second. She stands up. Now in scoring position for Daniels. Here's the pitch from Sorensen. That one in. And there's going to be a base hit. And that will score Osborne as Manti tacks on another run and an RBI single for Haley Daniels. There will be a courtesy runner for Daniels. That's Hannah Daniels. Number 32, the designated player, Robbie Johnson, will come to the plate. That one high and outside, ball one. Here's a pitch from Sorensen. Swing and a miss, strike one. That one swung on. Will it stay fair? It does not. Foul ball, so strike two. Here's a pitch from Sorensen. That one looks good, is good off that off speed. So Johnson goes down looking for out number two. That's the third strikeout of the game for Sorensen. That brings up Cecily Alder. There's a pop-up right to the shortstop, and that'll do it. But Manti adds on one run. We'll be back with the bottom of the second inning.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments.
Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care, closer to home.
This is how legends
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, get a $4,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
Welcome back to 3A State Championship Softball. We are in the bottom of the second inning, and Byerly is going to come to the plate. Byerly hits .321 on the season. See what she can do against Daniels. She swings on that one, fielded cleanly by the third baseman for out number one. Riel Sandoval will come, batting in the fifth spot. Strike one by Daniels. Sandoval hitting .432 on the season. That one just outside, ball one. Here's the pitch by Daniels. That one missed. 2-1 the count, one out. Ball 3-1. Great patience by Sandoval at the plate. That one's ball four. So first walk of the day for Daniels will go to Sandoval.
Playing first base. Playing first base, number 9, Reese.
That will bring Reese Ardohain to the plate, the first baseman. That one's in the dirt. Great stop by Miller behind the plate. Sandoval is speedy. Here's the pitch. That one swung on down the right field line. It's going to drop in fair territory. And here comes, and they do not score as Sandoval makes it to third, and Reese will get herself a stand-up double. That was a great spot as it went right down that right field line.
Now batting doing the 15, number 1,
Kylan Sorensen. She'll come to the plate. Ball 1 to Sorensen. Sorensen batting .362. That one swung on, fouled off. Strike 1. Sorensen with 18 RBIs on the season. And here's the pitch. Down the line shot. It's going to make it through the infield. There's one's going to score. Here comes the second, not in time. And 2 runs on for the Dinos as they get themselves on the board, and now only down by 5 runs on the big hit by Kylan Sorensen.
Now batting, playing center field, number 15, Michaela Alberta.
So Adria Beta will come in, the center fielder. That one swung hard to the second base, and she fields it cleanly for the out. And still just 2 outs, so advances Kylan Sorensen over to third. And that brings up number 11, Taylor Sear.
Right field, number 11, Taylor Sear.
Sorry, that's Secor. So sorry about that, Taylor. Ball 1 to her. Swung on, popped up to the third baseman, so that will do it. And Carbon able to tack on 2 runs. We'll be back with the top of the 3rd inning.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Drs. Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, Rhett Smith, and nurse practitioners Wade Hollingshead, Lindsay Cheney, Robin Horton, and Joan Yardley. The Beaver Medical Clinic is a family practice offering affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery, and sushi made fresh every day. Get all this with hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
State softball, we are in the top of the third inning. That brings up number 26, Andalyn Anderson. She is the first baseman for the Templars. Anderson's first at bat, she was walked. Here's the pitch by Sorensen. Does not catch that inside corner, so ball one. Sorensen takes the pitch call. That one fouled off, strike one. Anderson steps in. She scored her first at bat. Swing and a miss, strike two. Sorensen's done a great job. She's really started to find her groove as she settled in. Here's a pitch to Sorensen. That one fouled off, so Anderson will stay alive at the plate. You got some great games going on today. We'll get a score update on these other fields, or you can just open up another browser and catch another game. Oh, that is a hit by pitch, so Anderson earns herself a free base. First hit by pitch of the game. That will bring up Ashley Johnson, the right fielder. Johnson struck out her first at bat, and there's the bunt. Oh, just foul. That would have been a great spot. So 0-1 the count to Johnson. That's Ashley, the right fielder. Here's the pitch from Sorensen. There's another bunt. That one a wild pitch. That gets away from Vasquez. So Anderson will move easily down to second base. 1-1 is our count. I know we've got some cloud cover today, and it's really a nice day for some softball. I thought we'd maybe still have snow on the fields by the time state softball came around, so this is a pretty nice day. Two won the count. She shows the bunt, pull back, 3-1. There she goes. She's going to lay that one down. And there's the 1-3 out. And she moves the runner to third. So Johnson does her job and moves the runner to third and with the sacrifice bunt. That'll bring up Mara Thompson. Here's the pitch. That one swung on. And it looks like we do have just maybe some players moved around out in the field. Vasquez has moved to third. Byerly at first. And Secor, it looks like, has moved to catch. So Sorensen will take the call from the dugout. Runner on third. High and outside, and here comes the runner. And that ball not in time, so another run scored for Manti on the wild pitch. count is 1-2. That one high, 2-2. Sorensen with the pitch. Ooh, just missed that one, so full count. That one's swing and a miss, so strike out for Sorensen for out number 2. That is Sorensen's 4th strikeout of the game. Brings up the top of the order, Madison Scottern.
Playing shortstop, number 27, Madison Scottern.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Sorensen steps on the mound. Here's the pitch. That one swung just foul, strike 2. Sorensen's going to take the call from the dugout. She steps on the mound looking to get herself out of this inning. That one swung on, fouled back. Scottern keeps herself alive. And here's Sorensen's pitch. That one hard, bouncing hit to the shortstop. Is it in time? It is not. Speedy Scottern beats out the throw and gets herself on base. That'll bring up Elsie Olsen. She struck out her last at bat and was walked her first. That one swung on. Nobody can get it, so strike 1. Runner on first. And here's the pitch. That one swung on, fouled as well. Strike 2. I think that was a hit and run as Scottern was already on her way. Sorensen steps on the mound. That one high and outside, and there goes Scottern. Will they get her? They do not, as she steals second, and she is very speedy. And now Scottern in scoring position. A base hit will score her as she is speedy. That one high. Ball 2, 2 to the count, 2 outs, runner on second. That one high, ball 3, full count to Olsen. That one's going to be hit up the middle. Can the center fielder get to it? She does, and that will end the top of the third. We'll be back with the Carbon Dinos up to bat.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's two 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. Bookmark TeamHive.live, Utah's new home for streaming high school sports and other events. Powered by Centricom Local 10.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
Welcome back to 3A State Softball on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom in partnership with KSL Sports. We are bringing you the one-loss semifinal game between the Manti Templars and the Carbon Dinos. That will bring up the top of the order with Michaela Scoville. She ground out to the pitcher her first at bat. Manti ahead, 8-3, and there's a big swing by Scoville. That one back. Can the left fielder get it? She does. She tracks that one down for the first out of the inning. That was a big swing by Scoville. Almost went over the fence, but the left fielder, Alder did a great job tracking that one down. That will bring up Jenna Richards. She struck out her first at bat. Here's the pitch. That one wanted to swing. That one, ball one. Here's the pitch. That one, a little off speed, got her swinging. Strike one. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Ball two. Two, 1 the count. That one in the dirt. Ball three. Daniel's going to take the call from the dugout. Here's the pitch. That one's ball four. So Jenna Richards earns herself a walk. That will bring up Gabby Vasquez. Vasquez with 30 RBIs coming into this state tournament. Well, that's exactly who you want up to bat with runners on. That one just missed outside, ball one. Ooh, just missed. That was a pretty pitch by Daniels. Here's Daniel's pitch. Strike one. 2-1. This would be a big upset as Manti comes in as the number 12 seed in the RPI, Carbon the number 4. Just outside 3-1 as Manti knocked off South Summit, the 9. They knocked off Canyon View, the 2. So they have no problems being the underdogs. That's a hard pipe fight. Gets past the second baseman. So base hit for Vasquez, and she's going to move Richards over to second.
Playing third base. Number 20, Haven Byerly.
Haven Byerly will step up to the plate. Byerly ground out to the third baseman, her last at bat. Ooh, just missed that outside corner. Pretty pitch by Daniels. High ball. 2. Here's the pitch. That one high and outside. Ball 3. 3-0 count to Byerly. Hitters count. That's a strike. 3-1. And here's the pitch from Daniels. That one looked good. No. So ball 4. Bases are now loaded for the Dinos with Brielle Sandoval up to bat, the shortstop, and she was walked her last at bat.
Brielle Sandoval.
Manti players are going to come out and talk to their pitcher. Bases loaded, 1 out. Sandoval steps in. Here's the pitch. Ooh, that one just missed. Ball 1. Strike 1 to Sandoval. That ball in the dirt. Great stop by Miller as she holds Richards at third. That's a big swing and a miss. Strike 2 to Sandoval. She was swinging for the fence on that one. 2-2 the count. Ooh, trying to frame that one. That was very close. Full count. Daniels looking to get herself out of this inning. That one swung on, fouled off, keeps herself alive. There's Daniels' pitch. Swung on, fouled off again. Great job by Sandoval keeping herself alive. Full count, 1 out, bases are loaded for the Templars. That one a high fly ball. Can anybody get to it? Oh, what a catch by the center fielder. And they tag up there with 1-run score, but that would have been over the fence, and the center fielder robbed the grand slam. So great job by Mara Thompson out in center field to save 4 runs, I think I'd rather give up 1 than 4. And something went on. Oh, so they're going to say Vasquez scored as well. I am not sure what happened, if there was an interference call or... Manti coach is asking for an explanation too. She seems like she agrees, but now they're going to move. Byerly is going to go all the way over to third. So I guess because she fell over the fence, they get her go 2 more bases, it seems. So now it is 4-8. Manti still ahead, but the Carbon Dinos are cutting into that lead. And that brings up Reese Ardohain. And there are 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Catches that inside corner, strike 1. Ardohain had a double her first at bat. And here's the pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Daniel's going to take the pitch call from the dugout. Ball 2. Here's Daniel's pitch. So 3-1 the count. And here's the pitch from Daniels, runner on third. Strike 2, full count. That one hit to the second baseman. She fields it and she gets it over, and that will do it. And the Dinos able to tack on 2 runs. It is still 4-8. We're heading into the top of the 4th inning.
I'm Dr. Sorensen. I'm a board-certified pediatrician, and I'm the newest addition to the team of doctors here at Central Valley Medical Center. My goal is to work closely with you when making decisions about your child's health. After all, you know them better than anyone else.
I think as a mom, it can be really overwhelming to find a doctor who's a really good fit for your family. I look for someone who I can trust. It's so validating and comforting knowing that I can call and get the answers I need from Dr. Sorensen and his staff.
I look forward to meeting you and your child and bringing you the best care closer to home.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time, at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com. Beaver Valley Hospital continues to offer high-quality health care at the state's lowest price. Beaver Valley Hospital has state-of-the-art laboratory and radiology services, including cutting-edge X-ray and 3D ultrasound. The hospital also provides expanded surgical procedures for orthopedics and laparoscopic hysterectomy. Remodeled patient rooms and long-term care facilities combine with compassionate staff to provide our patients a comfortable and healing environment. Beaver Valley Hospital is a proud community supporter and is pleased to sponsor Beaver High School.
Welcome back to 3A State Softball. We are in the top of the fourth inning. It is 8-4, Manti ahead. But the Dinos are slowly chipping away at that lead. And we will have Olivia Osborne as our first batter, and she takes a big swing. That one out of play, strike one. Osborne reached on an error and was walked, her first two at bat. And Osborne steps back in on the left side. That one swung on, fouled back. Strike two. Sorensen's done a great job pitching in the circle. She's definitely giving hitters balls to hit and relying on her defense. That one swung on, and Osborne's going to find some grass. That will be a single for her, as she is the first. And then she's going to reach second on an error. So Olivia Osborne, heads up runner. She starts on second base.
Number 11, Haley.
That will bring Haley Daniels, number 11, the pitcher, up to the plate.
Haley Daniels.
There's the pitch. Ooh, look good. Ball one. Here's the pitch from Sorensen. That one swung on by Daniels. I think that's going to fall in the hole. And there's Osborne. She's going to go to third, and they will hold her at third and Daniels at first. So two straight singles for the Templars. That will bring up Robbie Johnson, the designated player, number 32. She was walked and then struck out her first two attempts at bat. And then there will be a courtesy runner for the pitcher. Robbie steps in. Swung on, fouled off. Strike one. Here's the pitch by Sorensen. Swing and a miss. Strike two. 0-2 the count. There's another base hit. That will score a run. And Daniels into third as Robbie has a one-shot RBI. And it is now 9-5 for the Templars. And that will bring Cicely Alder, and we're going to make another pitching change. So we'll take a short break and be back as we're going to have a pitching change and let her warm up.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Welcome back to 3A State Softball. We had a pitching change. Michaela Scoville will come in relief for Sorensen. Sorensen will just trade her spots and move over to second base. There are no outs. Runners on first and third. And this is Cicely Alder. She's going to take a shot to third base. That one bobbled, and then a run will score. So Alder gets a base hit, as that was a very hard hit ball. That brings up Andelyn Anderson. She was walked and then hit by a pitch her last two at bats. Out, ball one. Here's Scoville's pitch. Ball two. That one gets away. Do they get the runner? They do not. So safe at third and second. Two all at the count. And here's the pitch. That one high. Ball three, 3-0. Here's the pitch. Ball four. So now bases are loaded. No one out. And that brings up Ashley Johnson.
Playing right field, number 24, Ashley Johnson.
Oh, what a snag by the shortstop, Brielle Sandoval, for the first out of the inning.
From Southfield, number 18, Mara Thompson.
That brings up Mara Thompson, the center fielder. Bases are still loaded for the Templars. High, ball one. Scoville steps in. Looks good, is good. Strike one. 1-1 the count. One out. That ball is outside. Ball two. And there's ball three, so 3-1 to Mara Thompson. Here's the pitch. That one catches that outside. So count is full with bases loaded. Swung on, popped up. Can anybody get to it? They cannot. So Thompson will come back. And here's the pitch from Scoville. That one hit, foul. So another attempt. She's keeping herself alive. Thompson's doing a good job. And here's the pitch. And they're going to get her, so that is strikeout number 1 for Scoville, and out number 2. That brings up Madison Scottern.
Playing shortstop, number 27, Madison Scottern.
And here's the pitch. That one high and inside, ball 1. Bases are still loaded for Scottern. She's 1 for 2 on the day. Ball 2. Scoville with the pitch. That one, 3-0 count to Scottern. Bases are still loaded. Here's the pitch to Scottern. And that one will be a walk, so a walk and a run. That's Robbie Johnson will come in. That brings up Elsie Olsen. Bases are still loaded. That one's popped up out of play. Strike 1. Scoville takes a sign. That's a shot by Alderbert right to the left fielder, and that will do it for the inning. But Manti able to tack on 3 runs. We'll be back with bottom of the 4th action.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, Sanpete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments.
Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care, closer to home.
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, get a $4,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
For the Cotton Dinos, our first batter plays second base. Number 1.
Welcome back to 3 State Softball. We are in the bottom of the 4th inning, and that will bring up Kylan Sorensen. She's just moved to second base. That one swung on to the shortstop. She fields it cleanly as they're throwing time. It is, and that was a very close call. Great job by Scottern, and that was close. Good running by Sorensen. That brings up Adria Beta. And there's a shot. Oh, Scottern knocks it down, but the throw will not be in time. But credit, that was a great effort by Scottern at shortstop. So a hit for a Beta. That brings up Taylor Secor. That one swung on, fouled, strike 1. Here's the pitch from Daniels. That catches that outside corner, strike 2. That one swung on to the second baseman, takes a bad bounce. So runners will get to first and second. And runners in scoring position for the Dinos. So 2 straight singles for the Dinos. Michaela Scoville's come in for relief for Sorensen, so she is up to bat. 0 for 2 on the day. That one swung on back to the pitcher. She's going to get does she get the out at third? She does. So good job by Daniels of getting the lead runner. And it looks like Osborne got slid in, her leg got cleated. Nope, she's all right. Strike 2. Daniels takes the call from the dugout. Here's her pitch to Richards. That one swung on. Is it fair? It is. That will score 1. Here comes the play at third. Do they get it? They do not. She is safe. So a stand-up double for Jenna Richards. And she moves Michaela Scoville to third and scores Taylor. That brings up Gabby Vasquez. Ball 1. One's ball 2. Swung hard, line shot foul by Vasquez. And there's the dead ball, so foul. And here's a high fly ball. Can anyone get to it? The right fielder comes in, and she does not catch it. So a run will score as the Dinos score 2 runs this inning. So 2 outs for the Templars. 7-4. Here's the pitch from Daniels. This one to Byerly. Here's the pitch to Byerly. That one inside. Does it catch? It does not. So ball 3. 2 outs for the Templars. That is a strike 1. Oh, and there's a shot by Byerly, just foul though. Here's the pitch by Daniels. That one is outside, so Byerly will take the walk. And Brielle Sandoval will come to the plate. 2 outs. On 2 outs, Carbon has scored 3 runs. And we're going to see if there's a substitution made. It looks like there is. There will be a substitution for Vasquez. The Carbon Dinos have done a good job rallying on 2 outs. They're slowly chipping away at that lead. This is Sandoval. She is 0 for 1 at the plate. And here comes the pitch from Daniels. That one swung on, pop up to the third baseman, and that will do it. Manti gets out of the inning, but not without the Dinos scoring 3 runs. We'll be back with the top of 5.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Drs. Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, Rhett Smith, and nurse practitioners Wade Hollingshead, Lindsay Cheney, Robin Horton, and Joan Yardley. The Beaver Medical Clinic is a family practice offering affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery, and sushi made fresh every day. Get all this with hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
Welcome back to Spanish Sports Complex. We are in the top of the 5th inning in the 1-loss game, semifinal game. Loser heads home. Winner plays tomorrow at 10 a.m. And here's the pitch by Scoville. That one called strike 1 to Osborne. So the loser of this, or the winner of this game, will play the loser of Grantsville and North Sanpete, which is going on right now as well. Here's the pitch. Out 1 ball 1. Here's the pitch. That one going to be hit up the middle, so Osborne will earn herself a base hit. That brings up Haley Daniels. Here's Scoville's pitch. Oh, that's a pretty changeup by Scoville, strike 1. Another changeup by Scoville, strike 2. Very pretty. That's a shot by Daniels, foul. Straighten that out. That sucker's over the fence. There's a shot by Daniels right to the left fielder. And runner able to make it safely back, but that will be out number 1 for the Dinos. That brings up Robbie Johnson.
Player number 32, Robbie Johnson.
Strike 1 to Robbie. And here's the pitch from, that's a great off speed, right popped up to the shortstop for out number 2 of the inning. That brings up Cecily Alder, and Scoville has a very nice changeup.
Left field, number 7, Cecily Alder.
Here's the pitch. Ball 1 inside, ball 1. That one's going to get away from the catcher as Osborne makes her way to second. And here's the pitch from Scoville. That one swung on, fouled back. Strike 1. That one fouled off. That's, not fouled. That's not a foul ball, just a swing and a miss. So Olivia Osborne moves to third. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch from Scoville. That one takes a shot down the right field line, foul. Scoville takes a sign for the dugout. Alder's going to step out of the box. That one in the dirt. That's going to get away, and Osborne's going to score. So another run for Manti. And it is full count to Alder. Here's the pitch. Great pitch by Scoville, jams Alder up on the inside. So Grantsville has just defeated North St. Pete. So North St. Pete will move down to the one-loss bracket. We'll play at 10 a.m. tomorrow against either Carbon or Manti. Swing and a miss, and that will be out number 3 for Scoville as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. Bookmark TeamHive.live, Utah's new home for streaming high school sports and other events. Powered by Centricom Local 10.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
Welcome back to Spanish Fort, to state championship softball. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning. That brings up number 9, Reese Ardohain for the Carbon Dinos. She is 1 for 2 with a double on the day. And Enterprise has just defeated Duchesne by 1 run in a pretty intense game. We are still going here on field number 2. Ball 1. Here's the pitch. Ball 2. That one inside, so 3-0 the count. Here's the pitch from Daniels. That one looks good. Strike 1. 3-1. And that will be a walk to start off the inning for the Dinos. Down by 5 runs. They've got to make something happen. Kylan Sorensen steps up to the plate. Daniels has thrown every pitch in this state tournament. We'll see if fatigue plays a factor. And that one's a shot to center, and it's over the center fielder's head. And here comes the Dinos. Will they score? No, they will hold at second and third, but there's a big hit by Kylan Sorensen to get herself a stand-up double. We'll bring Adria Aveda to the plate. She's 1 for 2 on the day. Ball 1 for Aveda. Here's a pitch from Daniels. Swing and a miss by Aveda. That was a big swing. 1-1 the count. And that's a hard swing ball. She's going to look the batter down. There's the out at first. So 1 away for Manti. Great play by Osborne on third. That brings Taylor Secor to the plate. Number 11, and she's 1 for 2 on the day. High, ball 1. And the Carmen Dino coach is going to come out and talk to Taylor as she has runners in scoring position.
Can you hear me? Who's winning?
Manti.
Manti.
So Daniels will step back on the circle. 1 out. We're in the bottom of the 5th. That one high, ball 2. 2-0 the count. And here's Daniels with the pitch. That one high and outside, so 3-0 the count. And there is ball 4, and that loads the bases as the top of the order will come up for the Dinos.
Now batting, doing the pitching, number 8, Michaela Stockton.
So Michaela Scoville, who's come in relief to pitch, will step up to the plate. Here's the pitch. That one hit to the shortstop. Fields it cleanly over to first for the out, but
Services including cutting-edge X-ray and 3D ultrasound. The hospital also provides expanded surgical procedures for orthopedics and laparoscopic hysterectomy. Remodeled patient rooms and long-term care facilities combined with compassionate staff to provide our patients a comfortable and healing environment. Beaver Valley Hospital is a proud community supporter and is pleased to sponsor Beaver High School.
Welcome back to 3A State Softball on TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom in partnership with KSL Sports. We are in the top of the 6th inning with Andelin Anderson up to bat. And there's Scoville's pitch. That one, ball 1.
Our vantage point, it's so deceiving because we can see if they are, you know, straight across a play, but we can't tell if they're high or low. That looked really good,
It did
but
look good.
It was not in the strike zone.
Looked good as well, but ball 2. Scoville came in relief for Sorensen, who came in relief for Byerly. So this is the 3rd pitcher that the Manti Templars have faced this game.
And batters count now with 3 balls, no strikes. I'd imagine she would hold on this one to see if she can get the walk.
That one looks good, so 3-1 the count. Scoville with the pitch. Swung on by Anderson. That one fielded by the shortstop, and it is in time for out number 1 for the Carbon Dinos.
Nice solid hit, but a nice filled by the shortstop. Not able to unwrap. Oh my gosh, I'm having a stroke. Not able to outrun the throw, so 1 out for the Templars.
That brings up Ashley Johnson, the right fielder. She is 0 for 3 on the day, so looking to get her first hit. That one swung, and that is a dead ball. That counts as a strike.
So it looks like Grantsville.
Yes, Grantsville won.
Will be playing tomorrow in the championship game. And I'd imagine the winner of this game would play the loser of the Grantsville game,
Yes,
Miss Fairley?
so North San Pete.
North San Pete. 2A action is wrapped up as well. The Enterprise Wolves come back to defeat Duchesne in the semifinal game to walk into the championship game with no losses. And Duchesne and Parowan will face off in the second final game tomorrow morning.
So good games all around. Great off-speed pitch by Scoville. 0-2 the count.
We at the top of the 6th inning on this one, the show?
Yeah, it's the top of the 6th. Swing and a foul ball. So keeps herself alive is Johnson. So Scoville takes the call from the dugout. And there is one out. That one high, not a bad pitch as she's just trying to get Johnson to chase.
Head of the count, she has some opportunities to kind of play with the batter.
Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss, so strikeout and out number 2 for the Dinos.
2 up, 2 down. And like you mentioned before, Carbon just chipping into this lead, and if they can keep Manti from without scoring here at the top of the 6th, only one more at bat for Manti, so Carbon still with a chance.
They are, and their bats have come alive the last couple innings, so it could get interesting. That brings Mara Thompson to the plate. And ball 1.
She thought about taking a cut at it, but she pulled back in time.
Here's the pitch. That one high, ball 2.
Manti yet to get a runner on this inning.
They have struggled the last couple innings. Got super hot that first inning with all those illegal pitches and then have kind of slowed down, obviously with 12 runs. You don't slow down all the way, but had 6 runs that first inning.
Well, when you get, unearned runners on the bases, it can definitely play to your advantage.
And there's a strike, so 3-1 the count to Thompson.
What's Carbon coming in seated at?
Number 4.
Number 4.
There's a swing and foul. Dead ball, maybe hit her.
Had to have been dead ball because I couldn't figure out why she didn't run.
Yeah.
Lots of controversy still being discussed in the Enterprise Duchesne game. It was a controversial end as the Enterprise gets the win, but on a controversial call.
Swing and a miss, and that will do it. So 3 up, 3 down for the Carbon Dinos, and we are heading to the bottom of the 6th inning.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Vince Lombardi once said, "The measure of who we are is what we do with what we have." The quote rings true whether applied to our country, our schools, our homes, or on the field of play. We applaud our student athletes for their hard work and determination on the field and in the classroom. Brought to you by Sunrise Engineering, promoting excellence in sports and education. Visit us at sunrise-eng.com. That's sunrise-eng.com.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
Welcome back to 3A State Softball. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning with Gabby Vasquez up to bat. That's a ball 1 high and outside. Daniels has pitched every game for the Templars so far in this tournament.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of pitches.
It is a lot.
Ball high.
High. Ball 2. Daniel steps in against Vasquez. Vasquez is 1 for 3. And there's a shot, but good play by the center fielder, Thompson, as she tracks that one down.
Yeah, she was playing up just a little bit, but was able to retreat and get the catch. So 1 out for Carbon.
Now playing third base, number 20, Haven.
That will bring up Haven Byerly, who started pitching the game, but was plagued by illegal pitches, so she was relieved after 5 batters.
And that's a lot of frustration for a pitcher. There's so much pressure on the girls who are in the circle anyway.
It was, and there's a shot. That's going to find the grass, so that will be a base hit for Byerly. She's going to second. There's the throw. Not there. So Haven Byerly will get herself a stand-up double.
And you could see her as she rounded first. She was watching the ball. Left field just bobbled it just long enough that she was able to take off her second base. So she'll end up turning a single into a double.
So great hit by Byerly. That brings up Brielle Sandoval, the shortstop. And she is 1 for 3 on the day. Ball 1.
Number 15, Brielle Sandoval. Byerly Sandoval.
One out for the Templars. And here's the pitch. That one in the dirt. That's going to get away from Miller, so Byerly will go to third.
You know, if Manti keeps it up, Carbon keeps it up and they get 2 runs here and they hold Manti without a run, they could tie it up or win in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yes, and we saw that in, Canyon View against Manti earlier, or not. Yes, and Manti earlier. They threatened with bases loaded and Manti able to hold off. So Manti, they like being the underdog, it seems like, in this tournament.
They like to make it exciting.
They do. And there's the bunt, but ball 4, so runners on the corner.
1 out.
With only 1 out, and that will bring Reese Ardohane. She is 1 for 2. And there will be a meeting with the pitcher with Manti, so we'll take a short break and be back.
At Central Valley Medical Center, we're committed to offering the best care.
In your life's first moments.
Through your life's biggest emergencies.
In your everyday help.
In those days that mean the most.
Central Valley Medical Center will be there with you through each step and stage of life, bringing the best care because we care, closer to home.
Welcome back to 3A State Softball. Just a short meeting to give some words of encouragement to their pitcher. And we are back with Reese Ardohane. And that one's going to get away from Miller, but she holds the runner at third, but the runner at first does advance.
It's gone a little bit quiet here at the sports complex. 4 games on all 4 fields the last 2 days. This is the last game going. And a little bit of a lull as well as Manti's struggling a little bit on the outfield.
That one outside, so ball 3, 3-0 the count. Excuse me, just 2. 2-0. Here's a pitch from Daniels. That will be a strike, and that was a meatball.
Right down the pipe ski.
Here's the pitch. That one swung on to left center. Can the center fielder track? Whoa! Oh! Just came out of her glove. 1 run will score. as the center fielder just about had that amazing catch.
Oh, wow. That's a heartbreak of a error for the center fielder. I think you would count that not as an error, as a hit, because she had to cover some ground to get there, and it just bounced out of her glove. Wow, valiant effort by the center fielder for Manti.
And that was a good job by her getting the ball in quick for only letting one run score on that.
Oh, yeah, getting the ball relayed back into the infield after falling down. Quick play.
That brings up Kylan Sorensen. And that just missed, so ball one. And here's the pitch. That one swung, that's jammed up. That was a great pitch by Daniels.
Well, and the tying run at the plate with only one out, and still Carbon with their at-bats. Like, this game's far from being over.
Yes, it is very far. That one swung on high, foul, looks like out of play. Strike two.
Manti trying hard to needing an out desperately here. See if they can staunch the bleeding.
Runners on first and second. Sorensen is 2 for 3 on the day, and there's a swing and pop up to the shortstop for out number 2. And Daniels looking to get herself out of this before any more runs are scored.
Now the tying run up to bat. Runners on the corners. I was actually a little bit surprised to see the base runner on first not tried with bats to second, but I'm not a coach.
No. We'll see. I agree with you. At this point, when you're down 3 runs, you've probably got a sender. Maybe not now because they could throw her out, but before only one out.
Yeah. I mean, you're typically not going to throw down to second with the base runner on third with one out.
Here's the pitch from Daniels. That one swung on right to the second baseman. She fields it cleanly over to first for the third out, and that will do it. We'll head to the 7th inning with Manti leading 12-9.
This is how legends
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, get a $4,000 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
Centricom believes the service relationship continues long after installation, and we're available to support you every step of the way. That's why if there is a problem with our equipment, a service visit from us means no cost to you. We know the value of a satisfied customer, so if you refer us to a friend, we'll take care of them and you'll get 1 month of service free. We promise to make your experience the best it can be. Centricom, keeping you connected.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Drs. Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, Rhett Smith, and nurse practitioners Wade Hollingshead, Lindsay Cheney, Robin Horton, and Joan Yardley. The Beaver Medical Clinic is a family practice offering affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
Welcome back to 3A State Softball. We are in the top of the 7th inning, and this is the top of the batting order for Manti. Madison Scottern, she is 1 for 2 on the day. She's been walked twice. Swing on, that's a high fly ball, but right to the right fielder as Taylor Secor tracks that one down for out number 1.
I thought maybe that had the distance to clear the fence, but it did not. Nice hit, though, on that first pitch. Nice fielding by Carbon.
That will bring up Elsie Olson. She is actually 0 for 3 on the day, so Elsie looking to get her first hit. Here's the pitch. That swung on by Olsen. That one's a high fly ball and out of play, so strike one.
The first two batters getting on the pitcher from Carbon, but when you hit them up in the air like that and they have that hang time, it just gives the defense that much more time to get underneath them.
Yeah, and the outfielders for both of these teams are very good. They cover a lot of ground pretty quick.
Jordan Hilton on the broadcast. Glad to have her bringing this to you on Centricom.
There's Scoville with the pitch, and that's going to be popped up to the second baseman, and she catches that one for the second out.
Yeah, your leadoff batter, number 2 batter, both out. And that brings up your heavy hitter, number 21.
Olivia Olsen, and she's had a day. She has 2 for 3 with 2 singles. And she is speedy, very, very fast.
Manti, I'd like to get 1 run on to give them a little bit of breathing room before they go into the bottom of the 7th.
That one in the dirt, ball 1. Osborne, a senior for the Templars. That one's strike 1.
You know, one of the things that you see, especially getting to these championship type games, is many of these pitchers don't give you those big meatballs to hit.
No, they don't. Especially her. She's had, a couple base hits, and she's scored 4 times in the game today.
Wow. Across the plate 4 times in one game. That's pretty impressive.
It is. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. So 2-2 for Osborne. This is a big pitch for Scoville. Love to sit her down and get to work on the bats. That one right back at the pitcher. And for the easy out, so 1, 2, 3, 3 up, 3 down, and we head to the bottom of the 7th where it's do or die for the Carbon Dinos. We'll be back.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery, and sushi made fresh every day. Get all this with hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
The Intermountain Power Service Corporation is committed to supporting our local schools, communities, and the economies of central and south central Utah. Each year, IPSC's 2 950-megawatt generating units provide 3 million megawatt hours of energy for communities in Utah and Southern California. The Intermountain Power Project ranks among the best of coal-based power plants in reliability, cost-effectiveness, and environmental responsibility. IPSC, honored to sponsor this sports broadcast.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. Bookmark TeamHive.live, Utah's new home for streaming high school.
Welcome back to 3A State Championship Softball. We are in the bottom of the 7th inning with Taylor Secor up to bat. And there's a ball 1, just missed. And we will have the number 9, 1, and 2 batters up for the Carbon Dinos.
Well, and if you're Carbon, that's exactly what you want, getting right into the meat of your lineup, going into the bottom of the 7th down by 3.
That one ball 2. So 2-0 the count from Daniels. She's got to be tired. She's pitched every game since yesterday.
And haven't they been playing since like 10 o'clock this morning, Manti?
So Manti started out today. So they played at 7 yesterday. They played at 4:45. Oh, just kidding. They played even before then. They played at 10, 4:45, 7, and then turned around and played at 12:33.
And now.
3 now. Yep.
So they have really, like you said, they're not much of a rest for Millard. Excuse me, not Millard. Manti, and hit by pitch is going to put
Sikora on first. And that brings up Michaela Scoville, the pitcher for the Dinos. That's a called strike one. Great pitch.
See the right fielder for Manti playing pretty deep on the right side as she's batting in the left batter's box.
That one swung on, popped up.
Oh, wow.
Did she catch that?
She did.
Wow.
And you can see shortstop and left field coming in for it, but neither one of, I think both of them thought they were going to get it and then called off. So a great diving catch by the left fielder for Manti to get that out, because that would have been trouble for Manti had they let that ball drop.
It would, and that was Cicely Alder out in left field.
So one down for Manti.
And there's a called strike one to number 5, Jenna Richards, left fielder. And Richards has been big. She scored twice for the Dinos today. That one outside. Ball 1. 1-1. Ooh, she wanted that one, as you could tell. The bat flinched, but didn't pull the trigger. Ball 2.
Yeah, trying to get those batters to chase the high ones. They can be really, really good for the pitcher, but deadly for them if they get onto it.
That one inside. Oh, and here's the pickoff attempt.
Wow!
They are going to get her at first. So 2 down for the Dinos.
Oh, that's huge for Manti. She's able to pick off the base runner at first base. And now Manti 1 out away from advancing to the second semifinal game. What a play.
That was a great throw by Miller, as the runner for the Dinos just got a little too far off her bag.
Count now. What's the count?
3-1. I'm not sure, 3 or 2. And there's a big swing by Richards, and that one's foul, so 2-2.
Oh, wow, that was a huge play by Manti.
That was.
Breathe a little bit of life into the Templars. Full count.
Full count? Okay, that's what I thought. Full count.
This is a huge pitch.
Huge pitch. And there's a base hit for the Dinos, and that's Jenna Richards getting herself on.
What game were you calling yesterday where it was a 2-out rally? Ended up coming back, and I wish I could remember it late last night. Juab.
Juab
ended up dropping the loss.
Yep, they did. But they rallied. I think every game on this field has been a very close game. So this is the number 3 batter, Gabby Vasquez. She is 1 for 3 on the day. And there's a shot. That's going to get past the center fielder, and that's going to score 1 run. Vasquez going to go to second, and there's another errant throw, but right to the third baseman. So 1 run will score for the Carbon Dinos, now just down by 2, and the tying run at the plate.
You know how to eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time.
Exactly.
Same way you win a softball game, 1 hit at a time. Hit and run and hit and run. Doesn't have to be a huge play.
And that brings up Haven Byerly. And she had a big double her last at bat. And they had, I think, a substitution for a little bit of a speed up on second base. Manti 1 out away from ending this game and heading to the semifinal game. Carbon tying run at the plate. There's ball 1 to Byerly.
Like you mentioned, the winner of this game faces North Sam Pete tomorrow morning at 10.
Ball 2 to Byerly. Ball 3, 3-0 the count.
Well, and you definitely hold on this pitch.
Yes, don't swing. Here's Daniels with the pitch. Sounds low, so ball 4. So now we have the winning run up at the plate.
2-out rally here by the Dinos. Felt the momentum shift a little bit to Manti on that second out pickoff on the base runner, but now 2 runners on for Carbon.
And that brings up Rael Sandoval, the shortstop.
Hit a hitter?
I don't know. Look close.
Must not have.
At this point, I would take the hit.
Juice the bases? Wow.
Yeah. So Daniel's looking to get herself some rest. Just got to put one more out away. And there's a swing and a pit by Osborne, and that will do it. The number 12 seed Manti Templars have beat the number 4 seed Carbon Dinos.
Wow, and the third baseman knocked down the hit, and luckily for her, it was a force out at third because I don't think she would have had time to throw it across to first. And so the Cinderella story continues for the Manti Templars as they've made their way. I don't know how many games they've played. They've played a lot on their way to the second semifinal game tomorrow against North Summit.
So 5 games Manti's played. And we will see in 2 days, and we will see them tomorrow at 10 a.m. against the North Sam Pete Hawks. That'll do it for us. Have a great night.